Hi guys, welcome to Marnie's TV Zealots. My name is Denise and my partner in crime is Mary. Mary, say hi.
Hi, we are going through Wisdom of the Crowd. Be sure to give us a like and a subscribe. Can hear me rant more about Jeremy Piven. Stay tuned. Denise was watching Ghosted while I was watching Wisdom of the Crowd. This show, the basic premise is Jeremy Piven, who plays a man named Jeffrey Tanner, um, his daughter died. And so on the anniversary, the first anniversary of her death, he starts a new app for a cell phone and says, I'm going to use the wisdom of the crowd to to solve the crime and catch her killer. There is a man that's serving time for her death, Carlos Ochoa, who they say, he's the killer because he was the last person that they saw with her, and he's brown. So just put him in jail. It's better. So he's saying that there is someone else, and he was going to use an app that anyone can access to catch the guy. He's got a detective, Tommy Cavanaugh, black guy, bald. He was in another show, and I can't remember what it was. But so they're kind of working together, and I like the show for the most part. Everybody in there can act. His subordinate / girlfriend is Natalia Tena, and she was in Harry Potter. She was Tonks with, she could change her hair and her face and stuff. So everybody in the show is good. But here's the weird thing. They keep giving into like the mob mentality. They thought that they found the guy, but it wasn't him. But a bunch of the people with the app found him and just beat the guy up. And so that happened like 3 times. They're like, oh no, they're going toward the suspect when they're supposed to be running away. And I'm just sitting here like, yeah, that's what idiots do with an app. Like, there's just so many bad things that can happen on this show. And I don't know. And then Jeremy Piven, for the most part, he just kind of looked brooding. It's like, how can I tell jokes but still be like super stricken about my daughter? Like, he had a lot to work with, and I'm not going to say that he did it really well, but he put in a lot of work. I'll say that. Now, I think I've already figured out what the show is going to be. By the middle of the show, the detective sees a person that he remembers from a cold case, from a girl that was in a similar situation as Jeremy Piven's daughter. And he says, wait a minute, I think that's the guy that, assaulted, these other women in these cold cases. And so he uses the app to get people to solve that case, which makes Jeremy Piven upset. He's like, this is about my daughter. We're trying to solve crimes for my daughter. And they're like, well, aren't you trying to just solve crimes in general? And he was like, I guess. And so
It was not here for that. Okay.
he really wasn't. And they caught the bad guy of the other girl, and everybody's like, woo, and he's just like he had to look like that for most of the show. Whenever they said anything like woman, daughter, blonde, he's just, I had a daughter. It's just like, all right, we get it. And so at the end of the show, they were like, well, we might not have found your daughter's killer, but we did find a killer, I think it's going to be like that every week, where they get a lead on his daughter's case, but they end up solving someone else's. And it'll just forever just be, when am I going to find my daughter's killer? But I'm solving other crimes.
Or maybe they'll have him, find people that he thinks are part of his daughter's crime, but only it
Oh.
leads to a dead end. And then it just keeps, the cycle continues until they eventually, in the 12th season, which I doubt it'll get. But, oh, I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that. I haven't even seen it. But, yeah.
But yeah, I agree with you. That's the gist of the show. Would I recommend it? I'm not going to stop you from TiVoing it. It looked really nice. I give it high marks for diversity. Like medium for women. There's only 2 women that had speaking roles, and they were both involved with Jeremy Piven. One was his ex-wife, and the other was his girlfriend. So I thought that was kind of a little bit lame. And then, the detective, his partner, but she was only there for like 30 seconds. But as they develop, I'm sure they'll. Well, I hope there'll be more women on the show. It's a pretty decent idea. It was chaotic, but I think it was supposed to feel like that. You got like millions of people pouring information into one matrix like per second, and it was really cool just to see the rush of it and the chaos of it. But I don't know if I'd watch it long term, but I mean, if you like those characters, if you like those actors, you probably enjoy the show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, cause see, when I saw the commercial or the trailer, I figured, I'm like, this just looks like a cheap knockoff or a person of interest.
Yeah, I really got that. I think they tried to stay away from those grid graphics. The person and everything was a little bit more rounded. It's like you're not fooling us. It's all the same. But that's it for me.
Okay. Well, I've been going back and watching. I think I've watched everything, so I'll probably go back and at least look at it.
You won't hate it. You won't hate it.
All right, guys. Well, if you're watching Wisdom of the Crowd and you like it or you hate it, just leave a comment below. Let us know. And all of that jazz. Mary, where can they find you on social media?
I'm at Simply the Worst. Don't find me. I'm going to say something every time.
She's terrible. Okay, so I'm at Forever Sam Sadie's. Guys, that's it for tonight. Thanks for watching. Have a great night. Bye.